back, I wanted to share with you all the process that Trevor and I are currently going through. I think it'll help answer some of the questions that a lot of people have about the process. But just as a warning, clarification, I'm not a lawyer. I do not know the ins and outs of anything. And if you have questions, I would suggest Google or hire a lawyer. But to each his own, do what you need to do. If you're going through this process, or if you know somebody that is going through it, it is a beast of its own. But yeah, so I'm gonna insert a picture up here of the process, the immigrant visa process, right here. So it's a 12-step process, and we are currently at step 1. So yeah, step 1. So the first step, so we are applying for the spousal visa. Trevor and I got married in Zimbabwe last December. So we are applying, I am applying. I filed my petition for my husband, which counts as a relative. So I am applying for my spouse, my relative, to come to the States. And so I have submitted the application showing proof to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, otherwise known as USCIS. And I'm going to insert this meme from the inauguration of Bernie sitting there waiting for his approval, because that's currently what I'm doing, and you just laugh to keep from crying. So that's what I'm going to do to make it through this. We are currently waiting on our approval from the USCIS. I ain't gonna get it right. I'm not. What else can I call them? We just waiting on approval for them, okay? So after we get our approval from them, it will go to the National Visa Processing Center. So then, again, we are proving what our relationship and that we are legit. I'm also down here looking down. Also, did I mention that a lot of these steps have fees? So let me go back. The application for the petition for which is the form I-130 for the alien relative, that was $535. That doesn't even guarantee an approval. That's just you're paying that for them to review your application, right? Okay, so after that is approved, they will notify us, and then our case will get transferred to the National Visa Processing Center. Once they create the case in the system, they'll let us know, which, as these things are happening, there is delays. There is not like, oh, it's approved on Monday and by Friday the National Visa Center has it. No. Also, yeah. Anyway, so yes, I will. Let me enter that now before I go forward. I'll insert a picture of the current wait times for the first step that we're at right now, the petition. The current wait times is 7 to 9 months for a U.S. resident. So yeah. So actually, as I am editing this video and getting everything ready, the processing times have updated since the last time I looked, which is always great, always exciting. So currently the estimated time is 6 to 8 months instead of 7 to 9. So that's really exciting. But yeah, that's just the estimate of the wait time. There's no rhyme or reason to how they're approving the applications. Okay, so once that is done and we're at the National Visa Processing Center, now we're at step 3. We're going to have to pay fees at the National Visa Processing Center. So we have to pay the immigrant visa application processing fee and then the affidavit of support fee. Okay. So it looks like the affidavit of support fee is $120, And then the application processing fee is $325. Okay. So we have to pay, and then the National Visa Processing Center, they will process those payments, and we can't move forward until they process the payments. So once they've processed that, then we can move forward to the next step. So next, and also, I'm looking down at it, but I'll have it up here on the screen. Each step that has, it has a color for what I will be doing, it has a color for what Trevor and I both will be doing, and then it has a color for what Trevor will do only. So next, I will go through and complete the affidavit of support. So I have to verify that I have enough income to support Trevor, myself, and the household. So our household size will go from 2 to 3, and I have to show proof that I have enough income to support us, the 3 of us, until, you know, Trevor is able to get a job. Okay. So we'll do that, and they'll ask for like my tax return from past years, things like that. I have to get a letter from my job to show proof of my employment, and yeah, all of that. I'll just provide all that documentation, and I'll enter that into the system. What the next step is, that step 4 and 5 are the affidavit of support. So I'm completing the support documentation, and then number 5 is providing those documents. Okay. So, and they give you a step-by-step process. So this is what I've been using so that I can understand what we're doing. Because it just, you can't really contact anybody for any help. Like on these websites, they have it out there step-by-step for you. You can get a lawyer, but that's very pricey, and the process is already pricey, and having a lawyer doesn't guarantee anything. So I wanted to, you know, limit our costs for this process as much as possible. But, you know, if you can and you're able to get a lawyer, do that. I mean, I'm sure that would help ease some of the stress of the process, but be careful, because I have heard stories of lawyers that have messed up the process for families. So you just have to do what you feel is best for your situation. Okay. So once I provide all of that documentation, then we go on to step 6. Trevor will go in and complete. It is called a D260, and I've downloaded this form, and it's like, let me see, a sample one. Let me see how many pages it is, because it's a lot. This is like over 100 pages of just asking everything about him. Now, mind you, they've already asked most of these questions already, but they want to know, like, just everything. Yeah. So he'll have to go through that step by step, just providing all his information, personal history, medical history, financial history, all of these things. If he's ever traveled outside of Zimbabwe, anything like that, security background, all this stuff. So he has to go through that and complete that form. Once that is done, we'll provide, which is part of step 7, all of our civil documents. So that'll include birth certificates, marriage certificates, any other documentation that the MAIs will need to provide, the bio page of our passport, things like that. Okay. And then on here is telling us how step 8 is to scan those documents in. So this is actually like telling you step by step of what to do. Like, so like you have all your documents, so now let's go. So I really I love this, because at least I know what they're looking for and what I need to be doing at each point. So before that next step comes out, at least I know I'm ready. So next we'll go ahead, after we get everything ready, we'll scan that in to the national or NVC. And once we get that in there, we'll submit those, which is, so step 7, 8, and 9 are all about the document. So we're collecting the documents, we're scanning them in, and then we're attaching them to the application. So once we do that, we wait again until we have been approved based on our documentation. So we've provided enough documentation for an interview. So then we have the interview process, which includes a medical exam. And then again, you have to have the same documents that you scanned to into the portal. You have to have those ready for them. When Trevor goes into his interview, he needs to have the originals or the certified copies of everything that he scanned onto the portal. So that's the first step, is preparation for the interview. So they'll set up an appointment for a medical exam, and then which they'll give him a letter to take to the interview. He'll take that. He'll take the documentation. In the letter from the medical examiner, from my understanding, you can't open that until they'll open that. So they may give you two from different sides. I've heard different things. They may give you two. One, they're opening it at the embassy that you're interviewing at, and then another one they'll open when you're at the border, when you're entering into the United States. So we'll do that, get everything ready, and then we'll have the interview process. It lets us know step by step of what we need to bring to the interview, and then we have the visa fees as well that we'll pay for at the interview. Okay. After the interview, if our visa and when our visa is approved, they'll let him know when he can come back and get his passport and his visa and all his documentation, and then we can go from there. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just in this waiting game. So yeah, that's why, in my last video, I emphasized I wanted to make sure people knew. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know when. We don't know how. So I just wanted to share with you guys what the process looks like. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of this process. This is just what I've gotten from travel.state.gov, and that's what I've been using to get through. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys just so you know what to expect if you're in this situation, or just to understand what Trevor and I are currently going through. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope that you guys have a great week coming up. And yeah, stay blessed, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I am also not convinced with my name for this YouTube. So I was thinking, this is off topic from what I went over today, but so my name is With Love Gina. So in my mind, With Love Gina was like a love letter, because I'm in a long distance relationship. So at the end, I would sign it With Love Gina, right? But I don't know. It's not sticking for me. It's not. But I don't know what else. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys, and take care. Bye.